Hello and welcome to my homestead. Today is an unusual video. It's something very different from my typical choices, but I hope it will be useful to you. Maybe you're just starting entertaining, or maybe you're really fascinated by pairing cheese and wine. Or maybe you're like me. You love the cheese but don't drink the wine, but you still want to entertain your friends. How do you know which one to choose? There are hundreds of varieties of cheeses. I don't have 100 here, but I have several dozen. And there are thousands of varieties of wine. What goes together? Hard cheese or soft cheese? Sheep, cow, or goat? What kind of wine? Red or white? Flat or effervescent? And what about the additions? Do you want some meats or olives to go with them? Maybe some cured meats, or maybe some sweet paste or jams. So let's walk through this. Again, this is not an endorsement of any product. This is not an advertisement. Everything that you're about to see is a completely personal selection and completely personal choice. Start with a simple pairing. These are some of the cheeses that are more commonly served in tapas. You have Manchego, Iberico, and Cabra. Now, the saying what grows together goes together is probably good. So here, the Spanish cheeses go with Spanish Tempranillo Roja. It's a good red wine, but if you would rather not have Spanish wine, you can also go with a simple claret. All of these are good choices, and you can mix and match. Manchego, Iberico, and Cabra all have different aftertastes, so you can mix and match based on your personal choices. Now, to add a little bit flavor to these, it's good to pair them with some meats. Capocola is one of the better ones. As well as Jamon Serrano. This is a classic pairing. Jamon Serrano is very salty. Capocola is a little bit more sweeter, spicier at the same time. It's a little bit fattier. Jamon Serrano is very, very strong. So together they match very well. If your undertones are dictated by the Italian cheeses, you have Parmesan, Asiago, or Parmigiano Reggiano. These are salty, very mild cheeses. So the best way to bring out their flavors is Moscato d'Asti. Very simple, very light. It will not overwhelm the taste, but it will amplify the saltiness of the cheeses. You can go with Camai. This is Brazil Village. Or you can go with a simple cab. Now, out of the three, Moscato d'Asti is the only white one, but you can mix and match. To accentuate flavors, mix the Italian with olives, as well as sweet sopressata, or Italian smoked ham, dry cured Spaghettaliana. All of these will amplify the flavors and go really well together. For sharp cheeses with pungent taste, you have extra sharp Alcroc, Dubliner, and Skellig, the two Irish cheeses. These are all sharp cheddars. The best choice is a strong red. So just Malbec. It's a nice counterpoint. Chimray Reserve. This is a nice Syrah, very powerful. This is a very strong wine, so it can carry any one of these cheeses. Or something mild, like Cabernet Sauvignon. Any and all three will be a good pairing for these three cheeses. Next pairing are smoked hard cheeses. We have smoked Goudas. We have Jarlsberg, Edam, and Gruyere. They're smoked, soft flavor, but very strong aftertaste. So they need something that will carry them through. Once again, you can have Cabernet Sauvignon, Chimrays, Medoc, or Côte d'Ivoire. Any and all of these will be a nice pairing too for all of these cheeses. You can prepare them with salami. Ironically, it does go together. If you want something stronger, you can have a combination of olives and cheeses. But overall, this is a good group to go together. For the mild Greek taste, you have Greek feta and Havarti. Very different cheeses. One is smoked, very mild, very creamy. And Greek feta, of course, is very strong, salty. Yet both of them pair very well with olives and salami. But you want the wine that will carry through and not get overwhelmed. So something mild like Chardonnay, Pinot Grigio, or Moscato d'Asti. Any and all of these pairings will go very well together. I suggest you add some figs or some sweet paste, maybe a plum jam or something like that. It will really accentuate the taste. Here we have a selection of creamy, very creamy cheeses. We have Saint Andre. This is a creamy triple cream cheese. You have Boursin, basil and chives. Monterey, goat cheese. This is a blueberry vanilla, so slightly sweet. Regular Chevrolet, also blueberry vanilla. Gorgonzola, and Brie. Now all of these seemingly different tastes, they all have the same thing together in common. They're very creamy cheeses. So you want something acidic to cut through that creaminess, but also not overpowering. So a dry Riesling will go with Saint Andre or Boursin. Bilderberg Fils will go with Chevrolet. Côte d'Ivoire, Samarins. Also will go with Gorgonzola as well as Brie. And Malbec can go with any one of these cheeses. All of these can pair really well. My final selection for this video are the Stiltons, different variations of them. You have dried sweet cranberry Stilton, Stilton with blueberries, port wine, sage, and mango and ginger. Now, one thing about these Stiltons, they're all very mild at first, but they all have very interesting sweetness and spiciness. So you want something that can carry. Generally, the sweeter the wine, the spicier the cheese. So Stiltons usually go with sweet wines. So with these Stiltons, I chose sweet Riesling. It's a nice, crisp wine that can cut through the Stilton. Eau de Provence, Villard-Pierre-Ile, Pinot Grigio, pairs very well with port wine or with sage, and Tijnoko Takai Aju. Now, notice it is 6 petunias, so that indicates an extra sweet Takai wine. And for that particular, I would suggest Stilton with mango and ginger. Ginger will cut through the sweetness, the spiciness of ginger, will cut through the sweetness of Takai, and will carry through together. So on this note, I hope you've been able to get at least some ideas as to what you want to choose, whether it be cheeses selection, or a wine selection, or meats for your charcuterie, or maybe olives, or sweet paste. I hope there was something that helped you. I know I needed help trying to figure out what to serve for my friends since I don't drink wine. But I hope this was helpful for you as well. So on this note, I will say thank you for joining me, and until next time.